Hello there. We do consider it a privilege that you've opened your doors to us to come into your home this morning, and we're happy that you're sharing your Saturday morning with us. Of course, you know that it's time to talk about Ghana's politics. We're going into an election pretty soon, and so we'll be, interrogating the issues and try to help you to understand how much influence you have in this election. My name is Gifty Ep2 P1. This is Political Time. I'm just going to start by introducing to you who I have in the studio. Obviously, not different from what we had last week. Dr. John Kisi is Secretary for NPP UK. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Alex Bediako is organizer for NDC UK Ireland chapter. You're welcome as well.
Thank you very much.
Okay, gentlemen, we're just going to go straight into our discussion, but I'll just take very brief feedback from you from last week's show, which was, of course, the maiden edition.
Right, thank you very much once again, Gifty. Let me say a good morning to our viewers. On last week's program, we had our membership watching, and the calls that I had indicates that they were very pleased, and they are very glad that at long last they have an opportunity to, hear from us through ABN's network, and they are very much looking forward to a continued program.
Right. Ms. Alex?
Yeah, good morning, people of Ghana and my comrades in the NDC. Yes, I had a good feedback from people who have the opportunity to watch, and they said the program is good to enable them to contribute or to participate in the political debate of our country, and that is a good thing that ABN has introduced.
Okay, thank you so much for those feedback. We will do our best to make it even better. And so we're going to go into our discussion, but let me just, briefly let you know that some of the stories that have been floating in Ghana over the past few days includes the Assin North Member of Parliament, Kennedy Japong, saying that his sex for job comment about the electoral commissioner was meant to be a joke. I don't know what you say to that. The electoral commission has also started processes to award a contract for the e-transmission of election results, and meanwhile there are several developments about the Montier 3 and all of that, but I think we'll just wait for presidential response. I think that will be a good thing to do. So today we're talking about a survey done by the Center for Democratic Development. Now, the Center for Democratic Development is an independent, non-partisan, not-profit organization that's based in Ghana, and they aim to improve, or well, not improve per se, but they want to promote good governance. Their recent report shows that Ghanaians, well, according to the report, the Ghanaians don't like the state of affairs of the country, but they do like the president. We'll hear from both sides, but let me just give you a few details about that report. Now, in that report, it says that 70% of Ghanaians think that the country is headed in the wrong direction. Almost half of Ghana also approved of the president's leadership skills and performance, but the NDC is obviously not happy, and that's why I'm going to start with you, Mr. Alex Bediako. There have been reactions from your party. They are not happy with. They've been saying that this report was done in connivance or so with the NPP. That's what they have said. But what I know about research is that it gives you information, and then it helps you to know which are the areas that we need to improve on, what are the people's concerns. And so this sounded more like an opportunity for you rather than something that was meant to criticize your party.
No, yeah, I also underscore the point you have made as far as research is concerned, because research is very important in everything that we do. We need to find out what pertains, and so that you can improve upon the life or anything that you want to do. If it's a product that you want to produce, you do that. But sometimes in our attempt to do this research, we probably rush, or the parameters we consider, we don't critically analyze them, and sometimes bring the organization that undertake this research into the dispute.
What do you say critically analyze? Are you saying that the CDD have not critically analyzed the report? Have you seen the report?
I've seen the report, and the report sample 2,400 Ghanaians. And to start from that point, I would say that is not even a representative.
Okay.
So
Now, just a quick one. 2,400 Ghanaians. Now, if you do any research, you do sample population calculation, it will tell you that you can't do 27 million. You can't talk to 27 million people. But what you can do is that you can take a sample which are representative of the population, and then there's something about all the margin of error and all of that. And if you do that, exactly. So you can't talk to all Ghanaians, but it is.
I admit that fact. You can't talk to all Ghanaians, but the sample must be a representative.
Why do you think the sample is not representative?
If you look at this country, when they give you a poll, then the poll always ends in the outcome of the result. So you want to look at, they'll go and look at a very large sample, at least representative. I'm not saying the 27, even not all the 27 Ghanaians are entitled to vote anyway, because we have people who are under the age of.
How many people would you have been comfortable with if they had
what I'm saying is that if you base it on regional basis, it's not representative. So I'm saying that looking at that organization, the CDD, and also the past record, it doesn't give any credibility of this, because in 2000.
What's wrong with their past record?
I'll tell you, in 2008, they did similar poll that Nana Akufo-Addo was going to win the election. It turned out to be false. He didn't win the election. 2012, they did a poll. They didn't win the election. Now they are doing a poll again, and now they haven't taken a lot of things into consideration. One would have thought that haven't you done this thing before based on certain sample, you would have actually increased your sample space, so that at least people will believe in the report. Look, if you digest the report very well, you may even say that this report is in the interest of the NDC, because irrespective of the general conclusion or the conclusion that is drawn, the report show that people are happy with the president. They are happy with. So
yeah, but you're not happy because you think the sample is not representative enough of the population.
That I'm not happy because.
Not you per se, your party.
No, well, I think the party is not here because the organization itself has not linked itself to any credible report.
I see.
All that they have predicted in the past was a failure. So why do we believe that this one would be the basis on which we should measure the 2016 election?
Interesting point. So, I don't have means of verifying that information given from 2008 to 2012, but I will look it up.
You can check.
I will. Dr. Kisi, I'm coming to you. NPP has been relatively silent about this.
Well, the NPP doesn't think that the report says anything different from what every Ghanaian knows is happening. Well,
that's a hasty generalization to say every Ghanaian. Well, I'm a Ghanaian.
Well, yes.
But who tells you that I'm thinking that way?
How the NDC themselves admit that our economy is not in good shape? They admit that. Every Ghanaian knows that the economy is not in good shape. They admit it and then they blame it on other external, factors. So if the report comes out and says that 7 in 10 Ghanaians believe that the economy of our country is heading in the wrong direction, what is strange about it? If our economy was doing very well, how do we end up with IMF? Our economy is not doing very well. Recently, they went out to raise a bond, and they came back empty-handed because the international community doesn't have the confidence in our economy. So is it a strange report? Is it an unexpected report? So
for you it's not strange. But it definitely gives you some basis to do your partisan politics, doesn't it?
Well, you have rightly pointed out that there are, and he himself admitted that there are some positives in that report for them. So.
And that's why you're quiet about it.
No, not that we are quiet about it, because we are working very hard on the ground, and we are not going to be relying on what other people are telling us. We are also conducting our own investigation. We are also undertaking our own research. We know what people are saying. We know what people are expecting to be happening in the elections. All right, so we are not going to be jumping about because an organization conduct a poll or a survey of 2,400 people. We are talking to perhaps even more, because
Really?
we have every constituency that we have has a research officer.
Well, the NDC is
So-
going to have a
so-
big deal accepting whatever your
No, but
finding
our
will be.
our research is not
It's
for the
for you.
NDC. Our research is for us.
Right.
Right. So I've talked about one thing, the economy, and it's very obvious that we ran to the IMF because we're mismanaging our economy because we didn't have the confidence of the international community. Now the report also talks about the fact that people are concerned about corruption in government, and I mean, is that news to us? That when we are spending 2 million Ghanaian cedis to brand buses, is that news to us? When we put so much money into SADA and nothing comes back, is that news to us? So if you want to, disregard the report, that is up to you. But there is something in that report that will help you if you would listen.
How does the report help the NPP?
Well, the report only confirms to us what we know. Like I told you, I mean, the state of our economy. The report talks about the fact that people are having difficulty with healthcare. We know that we know that the NHIS is not working as it should.
Right.
The report talks about the high cost of living. The report talks. I mean, we are in a country where the cost of electricity is higher than rent. And do I need anybody to conduct a survey to come and tell me that people are struggling to survive? I mean, the report talks about the high
it gives
cost.
it some authenticity.
As a party in government, it is because of failure as party in
The
government.
report talks about the high cost of foodstuff. I mean, the very basic food, necessities of life. People are struggling with it. All right. So the point is that the report confirms what we know, and it will be in the interest of the NDC to set up and respect, the work that other people have done, and see how it can help them to put the country. Is it because from my point of view, I don't want
You're
to
talking about how the reports can help the NDC, but you are Mr. Vediako. Don't interrupt. Don't interrupt. It's not fair.
I just made a point about how they could use a report, but for us, as I'm telling you, we didn't.
Because my question was how you could use the report as well, but you are talking about you
Well,
are
the
presenting
report-
yourself as an alternative.
Of course, the
Ghanaians.
report. What I'm telling you is that the report confirms what we know, and so if an MPP comes out to say that people are struggling with healthcare, that people are struggling to feed themselves because of the high cost of foodstuff, it will be the obvious. Everybody will say, well, because they want everybody to know that the NDC is not doing well. But when an independent body conducts such a survey and brings it forward, then we can point out to an independent work that some
Be wrapping up for
group
me.
has done and say that yes, this is not just what we are saying, this is what an independent organization is saying, and so that is how it helps us. It makes our case stronger.
In terms of governance, and I'll give you some time to respond to that as well. In terms of governance, what do you think? What does the MPP think Ghanaians should do? Not in the partisan politics of it, where you say that this is you, this can help you, this confirms what we know. But what do you think Ghana should do as a country that wants development, that needs development, should do based on this report?
Well, we as a country, first of all, we should respect groups like the CDD, that put effort into conducting independent research rather than just rubbishing them and saying that they are doing some work for the MPP. The MPP had no hand at all in this work. All right. So we should listen to groups like that who go down and talk to people, and then we can use the feedback from people. You see, in this country, I mean, the work that I do, every little project that we undertake, we talk to people in the community to find out their views about it, because it's the people who live in the community who know
their
like we
problems.
say, who know their problems.
Right.
And so we need to respect those people and listen to what they are saying. Look, as a country,
And then use it
we should
to
prioritize.
improve.
To improve what we provide. As a country, we need
That's
to
how far we
prioritize,
can go.
and we can only prioritize what we know, what is important to the people on the ground.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Kisi. Your concluding remarks, and I'm going to take a break right after that.
The unfortunate thing is that, you see, when you are a political institution or you are a political party, and every single thing you want to cash on it, that is the problem you have.
How does this report, Mr. Bediako, how does this report help us as a country? How will it help us to improve?
All things being equal,
Quite apart from politics.
As stated in it has stated in the report. I think I underscore the point that research is very important in everything that we do. this report has said something that these are what people in our communities are saying. We are not rubbishing the report. We are rubbishing the content of the methodology of
okay.
the yes,
if you say
in
so.
the sense that look, because the conclusion some
you
people
have to
are
wrap up for me
some people are trying to draw from that report is that it gives an opportunity Nana Akufo-Addo is going to be the president.
But you don't think
it's
so?
Not so, because the fact is that report, if you do it, it represents 0.008 of Ghanaians.
Okay.
So it is insignificant. In mathematics, you say it's approaching zero.
Mr.
So what I'm saying is that
it
is very important that as a country, if you want to move forward, we need to see where credit is due. Let's give it. Not always was talking about corruption and things, because we have made corruption in public service to be available. We talk about it. We expose our own.
Thank you very much.
That
Mr.
is why you have opportunity talking about it.
I'm going to have to stop you right there. Okay. So if I do get all that what they're saying correctly, Dr. Bediako here. Dr. Kisi here, that's a prophecy, you should receive it. Dr. Kisi here thinks that it actually is nothing new from what the NPP knows. It just confirms what they know and what they've been saying probably. On the other side, the NDC thinks that, look, we're not sure about the methodology. We have issues with the methodology. I don't know what you think, but I'm sure you have a thought. So we're going to take a very quick break. When we return, we'll be talking about our regional debates, and we're going all the way to Upper East region. Do stay with us.